No, right now I can hear you and you're live.
Right. Okay. Oh, we're live. Great. Hi. My name's to be here today to introduce a man that I've been wanting to interview for quite some time, and I've got the privilege to do that. And I wanted to pick this man's brain for quite a while. And so this man is my mentor. He's a entrepreneur. He's a millionaire, and his name is Robert Hollis. And so, are you there, Robert?
I am Ruth, and I've been wanting to meet you online for quite a while. I can't wait to meet you in person, and I'm really looking forward to you picking my brain. This will be fun.
Okay, so one of the first questions I've got is who is Robert Hollis?
Well, who Robert Hollis is, very simply, is a man that just basically went out there and was trying to do what everybody told him to do. I went to school, didn't get very good grades, and I actually ended up being a mechanic. And I did that really, really hard until I got hurt and put on workman's comp. And all of a sudden, what happened is I was looking for a way to take care of my family, and I actually met a guy that ended up being my mentor. Now, I didn't even know I needed a mentor at that time. And that mentor was extremely, extremely successful. He's worth over $1 billion today, and he's been my mentor for over 27 years. To show you that I'm not that smart, I'm learning from a billionaire, and I've only made $43 million. So it's today I would consider myself a individual that loves God. I love recognizing that I have a creator. I feel like I'm an above average spouse. I feel like I'm an awesome father of three incredible boys and now a new grandpa. And I just love really helping people. Someone reached out to me years ago and showed me a bunch of philosophies and ideas and thoughts and skills on how I could go from paycheck to paycheck working for somebody else to being an entrepreneur. So I guess you would say, Ruth, that my whole goal in life now is just sharing it forward. I just continue to love to share it forward, and I've helped 45 people now make over $1 million a year, and I'm just getting started. I know I'm 52 years old, and I got a lot of work to do. So I guess that would be. I'm also an author, pretty blessed, pretty blessed.
Wow, that's awesome. That's just awesome. Um, I know that you've been in multiple different MLM companies, and one of your latest endeavors, of course, is Success in Minutes. And can you tell me a little bit about the purpose of Success in Minutes?
Absolutely. I've been in actually 15 different network marketing companies in the past 27 years, and I went from one to another for a number of reasons. Some left me, some it just wasn't a fit anymore. Sometimes the products, got outdated, and so I just continued to keep looking. What sort of uniquely happened to me 3 years ago is I was taking my sons, Robert Hollis Jr. and also Matthew, and I was actually introducing them to other leaders outside of the company that I was in. And one of them was named Jonathan Budd. He's a really good internet marketer. And I took him to that event, and Eric Worre was there. And so I put my sons in front of Eric Worre, and Eric Worre, we both, worked together, 25 years ago in another company. And he goes, wow, he said, why would you put your sons in front of me? And I said, well, expert from afar. People have a tendency of listening to people that are outside, that are close to them. And he said, well, would you please come and speak at a seminar I'm doing? I'm trying to pull all the top network marketing people in the world all together. And I said, wow, I've never spoke outside of my company or my group before. So I went there, and it just turned out to be incredible. All of a sudden, I had people all over the world. that were, reaching out to me, asking me, could you please show me how to build a group? Could you please show me how to be successful in my network marketing company? And I started to do that. Well, then last year I ended up speaking again at his event as the anchor speaker, and that ended up on a DVD series called GoPro that he ended up selling, hundreds and hundreds of copies of. And all of a sudden, these more people started coming toward me. So what I decided to do is very simply is put, I have over 200 hours of video training, also inspiration, motivation, and mentorship on Success in Minutes that's 100% generic. So I wanted to go out there and not only teach people how to be entrepreneurs, but how to be good at making money online, and also how to make money in whatever, network marketing or direct sales company that they're with. So we started this in February, and now we have over 87,000 affiliates worldwide. And again, it was just something that I wanted to do to give back. I want to now, as a grandpa, I want to build a legacy. So that's where Success in Minutes all came about.
Well, that's great, because I've been doing or trying to do online marketing for quite a while, and when I first heard about Success in Minutes, I thought, wow, that's the vehicle I want to use. And so that's basically, I got involved with Success in Minutes, and I've seen what's in the back office, and it is just awesome. And I've got some people involved, and they love it. But they're asking me questions now, and I don't want to be their mentor exactly. So I'm reaching out to you to try and also get some answers from you about what I can do, because my big thing is to help other people as well. And they don't always appreciate getting help. Some of them, they put up a big wall and say, no, I'm not interested, or whatever. It is. But it's always been to try help. So some of the questions that my group has put to me, and I wanted to ask you a couple of them, if I can find, there it is, how it is. So somebody brand new in Success in Minutes, or maybe not even in Success in Minutes yet, but they're wanting to start some kind of a business. And so somebody that's brand new, what advice would you give somebody that already has some team members from another company, and how would they approach those people to get them into the mentoring school?
Okay. Well, one of the things that I tell everybody, Ruth, is let's say that, for instance, somebody just for whatever reason didn't like their current, life as far as the money they made or the free time that they had, or even just a thought of being fulfilled. And I'm just going to use a quick example, because watch how fast people will get this. And I know that your watchers will get this. And let's just say that that person decided to be a nurse, that they just wanted to be a nurse and they wanted to help people. Once they decided that they want to be a nurse, if they started asking everyone they knew, I'm going to be a nurse, what do you think my first step would be? And everyone would go, well, you need to go to nursing school. It's such a natural question. If you said you wanted to be a doctor, if you wanted to be a lawyer, if you want to be an auto mechanic, if you want to be an airline pilot, the very first thing that people say, well, I always wanted to do this, and they go, well, great, you need to go to school. I do not understand why that's not that same way when you want to become an entrepreneur, or when you want to get involved in network marketing. So people get involved in network marketing, they sign the application, or what they do is they enter in online, and they get signed in, and then they don't go to school. It's hilarious to me. So what they do is, there's not only hours and hours of school that a person needs to learn about communications. They need to learn mindset. They need to learn skill set. And so I always say this statement to everybody. I say, listen, how can you teach people to be better than you? And of course, that's an obvious question. You can't. And so think about this for a minute. Me, simply, all I did is when I found a mentor, and I didn't even know that I should be looking for one, but when I found my mentor, Bill Gould, at the same time that he was teaching me, Ruth, to get to $10,000 a month, which I did in 45 days, he was also teaching everyone that I introduced him to. So the next 30 days, what ended up happening is he started getting people that I introduced him to $10,000 a month. Now, this is 27 years ago. And so then my income went to 20 grand a month. Then he also taught the people that I brought in, they were bringing people to him, and he taught them how to make money, 10,000 a month. That then pushed me to 50, 60,000. And so the biggest problem that I see in network marketing is that people are learning from people that are not successful, and they think they are, but they've never seen their checks, they've never seen their back office. And even if the person was making a full-time income, that doesn't mean they know how to teach others to get to a full-time income. So I would say to every one of your watchers that are watching this and thinking about it is, if you're okay with your results right now and your group is duplicating, you're growing every single month, the people in your organization are also getting bigger checks every single month, then you don't need me. You don't need mentorship. You're doing okay. On the other hand, if you've been doing this for years and years and years and gone from company to company to company without having someone within your group make a full-time income, I think you need to go back to school. Ruth, you need to unmute yourself. I see the mute on your picture. So you're really good at muting, and then you unmuted, so now you're still muted, so you got to unmute again.
Okay, I'm live again.
There you go. You got it.
I kind of lost track of the last thing you said, but anyway,
That's okay.
What do you think is I was reading your book, okay, and I got some little nuggets out of that the other day, and I actually copied them to my my notepad. So I'm looking at it right now, and one of them is it says, to achieve success in business, you need to 3 areas of competence that you must learn to and eventually master. One is personal development, people skills, and the specific expertise required in a particular business. So out of those 3, a person master first, personal development or people skills, or is all of that really the same thing?
No, great question, Ruth. Which one is number 1?
Personal development.
Yes. A lot of people don't know this, but 80 to 90%, depending on the expert that you talk to, it's all about our psychology. The psychology of our thoughts, our attitude, our mental thoughts of whether or not that we can do this is so, 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 so important. Because you can learn skills and you can master the skills, but if you still don't believe that you want to do this, or you don't think you can do this, you're totally 100% defeated. It's amazing to me that once you get a reason why, I tell people all the time, there's a statement that has been used in our profession forever, and it's called ignorance on fire. What I just call it is faith. And so when I met my mentor, and my mentor said, Robert, do you know that if you make money, I make money? And if you don't make money, I don't make money. And I said, yeah, I understand that. So he said, I'm going to show you what exactly I did to get to $60,000 a month. I promise, just do that. So I was so excited because I believed, Ruth, that it would work. And all I did is say as little as possible to as many people as I could and put them in front of his videotapes, and here I am today. I'm a very simple man, and I don't need to take away from it, and I don't need to add to it. I just did what he did. So the reason that I became successful is because I believed in the process. I 100% believed that if I went out there like he told me, he said, Robert, listen, if you get 2,000 people in front of an effective presentation, which I put on video for you, if you get 2,000 people in front of that, you're financially done. Now, you make up the decision whether you want that to be a lifetime, if you want to do that in 5 years, or if you'd like to do that in a year. You just make up your mind. And so I decided to do it in a year, and I made 258,000 my first year, 520,000 my second, and 785 my third. Made $1 million before I was 30, because all I did all day, every day, is with excitement, invited people to watch my mentor's video. That's all I did.
Yeah, and that brings me to one of the very first videos that are in Success in Minutes. I think it's video 5 or 6. It's the $1 million question.
Yes.
And I wanted to know, I mean, is there anything else besides what do you have to say to people or how to say it that you actually learned from your mentor? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I am. Really the key was to humble myself. I was really good at being able to say to people, listen, I'm an unemployed auto mechanic on workman's comp. So I really, really humbled myself. So if I said to people, Ruth, hey, listen, could you do me a huge favor? Who do you know that would be interested in making extra money? And when they say, what is it? I'd go, well, listen, are you interested? And they go, well, it depends on what it is. And I go, listen, just please watch these couple of videos for me. I promise once you watch them, you're going to feel extremely confident sharing me some people that you know that we can help. And people would always, Ruth, always, because I didn't have internet back then. That was over 25 years ago, and we didn't have cell phones. So I'm always face to face with people, and they would say, "Well, listen, why don't you tell me a little bit about it?" And I go, "Listen, I don't make income by building a group. I'm learning. If I'm an auto mechanic, I can tell you some stuff that's wrong with your car. But if you want to learn to make a full-time income in this business or online, you need to learn from someone other than me." And when I said it that way, they always go, oh, yeah, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And then all I would do, Ruth, is I would edify my upline. So in this case, Ruth, if it was you, even though we, only know a little bit about each other, I would say, listen, Bill, I can't wait for you to meet this lady named Ruth. She's working directly with me. And, she's really interested in helping me get my dreams and become successful. Now, she's been doing this a lot longer than I have, and I really believe that you need to talk to her. She can show you where to get the answers and also explain to you exactly what's going on. So I want to be able to introduce you to Ruth. Is that okay? And because of the way that I do it, and I practice it so much, it works every single time. Not some of the time, every time. Because I'm willing to humble myself, and I'm willing to ask them for help, and I'm willing to edify and promote someone other than me. Now, most of your watchers that are not succeeding are not doing that. They're trying to be the deal. They're talking too much or chatting too much, and they're not edifying and promoting anybody. They're trying to be the issue, and that's why it fails. So if a person turns around to you and says, well, Ruth, tell me a little bit about it, and you start telling them a little bit about it, then they're going to ask you more questions. They're going to ask you more questions. They're going to ask you more questions, because I think sometimes people are trying to trip the person up that's being the salesperson. And then they can say, oh, see, Ruth doesn't know everything. So now it's like, well, Ruth, as soon as you start making money, then maybe give me a call back. But see, no one, Ruth, asks me if I'm making money, because they could go on Google and put in Robert Hollis and then put show me the money, and I've been documenting my income for years. So no one ever asked me, hey, are you making money? Because they don't want to be embarrassed. You know what I mean? So that's why people, if they use the system, and I had no trouble with using the system, and people always say to me all the time, well, was your mentor there for three-way calls? No, he didn't teach three-way calls. He taught us how to ask people if they're interested, and if they were, to show them a video. If after they've seen the video, they get involved in Success in Minutes for free. For free. So that's how you get to build people and build their trust, get them to know, like, and trust us. And then from there, they can start learning. And then they go, well, listen, I got a question. Now what you got to get good at is what you've done, Ruth, is that now that you've gone through, not only read my book, but also watched some of the videos, now you know what videos to send them to. Now what you do is you end up being a tour guide. And I'm telling you what, ladies and gentlemen, people are extremely grateful to the people that point, guide, and direct them to the right places to get their resources. And you want three things to happen while you're doing this. One, you want people to go, wow, this just seems simple. This makes sense. Second is, is it really this easy? And then three, you know what? If that's all you're doing, I can do that. And that's the key to my success. That people go, Robert, you just asked $1 million question, and then you work out a time to edify and promote the person on the video, and then put them in front of the video. And I go, yep. And then once they're in, or they're about ready to get in, now it's a different, I wouldn't call it a three-way call. I would just call it a validation call. It's like, people want to know that you're really working with me. So if they're deciding to get involved, that's another reason for these interviews. People are going to see that Ruth and I are partners, that we're working together, and we have heart for other people. And so if you decide to get involved in the company and start going through the links and you got questions, I'd love to talk to you. I'll answer all the questions you got. And so that's when you ask questions, is again going back to being a nurse. Once you make a decision to become a nurse and you enroll in school, which again, our school is free, I want to answer all the questions you have.
Okay. That was just awesome. Awesome. I love it. I love it. But, you did it face to face, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people now, of course, are doing it online, friending people on Facebook, and getting texts from people, not texts, but, messaged from people. And one of the things that I've noticed, and I don't really know how to handle that. Well, I do, but I want your take on it. And the first thing you see is their opportunity at the top of the message. Like they're pitching you before they've even said hello. And so, I mean, it happened to me the other day. Somebody did that, and then I just says, hi, whatever the name was, how are you today? And of course, then we ended up with a bit of a conversation, and then the question was asked, so what do you do? They asked me, and I said, well, I'm working with a gentleman, a mentor, who has opened up a school to teach people how to, and I gave him, I said, interested in the link? I can send it to you. And they said, um, well, I guess so, but you're not interested in what I'm doing. So, it seems to become kind of a, your thing is better than mine,
Yeah.
and it becomes, very uncomfortable. And so, can you give me a little bit of advice on how to handle that?
Absolutely. What you would do first, Ruth, is when people hit me up, and like you said, I get the same stuff almost on a daily basis. In fact, three people this morning when I got up, and what they do is again go directly into pitching their program with a link and blah 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 blah. The first thing I do is I say to them, thank you very much for connecting, and I said, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? I always do. And then I ask them the simple questions and build that rapport just a little longer before I send out my link. So I'll say to them, how long have you been doing this? You know what I mean? How's it working for you? Title of my book, so I'll say, how is that working? Another thing is I'd say, are you getting a lot of success online by building people? And then I go, what's your favorite book? Do you have a fan page? Do you have a business page on Facebook or a blog? And do you have a YouTube channel? And so what I'll do is I ask them just a little more questions and I let them talk about themselves enough to get information. And then, like you said, it never fails when all of a sudden it'll come back to them. Now, a lot of people that are going to be watching this probably are involved in another network marketing company or some kind of direct sales other than making Success in Minutes their number one opportunity. And so what I would do, honestly, at that time is I would say, Ruth, listen, I'm involved in ABC company, whatever that is, and I'm really trying to learn to do this online. I know that it can be done because other people are successful. So right now I'm learning from this material, and I'm also learning from this guy, to be able to build online. And then that's when you can go into the say, listen, you want to look at it. So that way they're like, well, listen, I'm in this company, I'm in Herbalife, and I'm in Amway, but we're both not getting to where we need to go. So I'm learning from this school. What school are you learning from? And see, now it separates it a little more instead of it being a competitive deal, a total competitive deal. Another thing too is I always like sending them videos that actually show me talking about something to do with mentorship, which really helps people too. So through a capture page that you can build within Success in Minutes, I will tell them sometimes just a YouTube, and I can send that to you, Ruth, when we're done here, is there certain videos that I use that I tell people to download from the link that I send you and put them on your YouTube channel and use these videos sort of as a trailer, a trailer or a teaser to get them to ask for more information. I'll tell you one other thing that I do, so I'm always being, full disclosure here. That's what I love doing in interviews. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see one of the videos that I have is a reply to your opportunity. So what I did is I actually did a video of me driving around in my Rolls Royce Ghost. And the video is me actually saying to them, a better way of approaching people. And so I first congratulate them on, at least I say, thank you very much for at least trying, because I wish everybody that I knew would at least try. But here's what I suggest, and everybody that's watched the video comes back, Ruth, and goes, man, thank you so much for that, that information, because they're doing it anyway. So if I gave them something of value and benefit to show them how to get better at getting someone like me, and believe it or not, I've only had like 2 people out of hundreds and hundreds of people that actually used that information that they just used that from that video, and they came right back and said, hi, how are you? They got it. The rest of them just went, oh, okay, I'll learn from the video. And I said, listen, I have, that was a short video of my training. If you want some more, I'll take a look at this. And then I post my link. And it's funny because on my email, It's like, you got a new lead, you got a new lead, you got a new lead. I just get like, leads like all day, every day. It's fun. So
I'd love to have that happening in my in my email. But the other day I did a promo, and it happened 5 times. Like, I just about fell over.
awesome.
Usually it's like one or two. But I'm really, really, I've got some big dreams. I've still got some big dreams, and to be able to help other people. But that requires some finances. And so one of my dreams is to be able to generate enough of a residual income so that I can help some of the people that are in my life that really need it. And they're not able to do this business.
Right.
They just need help. They haven't even got a computer. So anyway, yeah, I'm just babbling here.
All right.
um, I guess we must be getting pretty close to the end of this interview, but and I guess there must be something that you can say to close with that is going to um, well, just something that you can say to close this off that is inspiring.
Well, yes I can, Ruth. And the first thing I want to tell each and every person out there is, before Ruth and I got on this interview, she was extremely nervous and anxious, and you know what? I tell people that's just what you got to do. You got to go past your fears. Fear is false emotions appearing real, or false education appearing real. And a lot of times what we do is we worry too much and we think too much. And what I just want to tell everyone that watches this is, get somewhere around here, there's going to be an affiliate link that you can click on, and go in and learn from Success in Minutes for free. Get to know us. We're not going to do anything with your email. We're going to basically, you get to go through the 90-day training, a lot of free stuff that we got back there. Our goal is very simple, is to get you to see that we're real people, that we're going to contact you, that we're here to help you every step of the way. And I just know that you can do this. Is every successful person on the planet that I know of, that I met with, they all believe that other people can be successful as entrepreneurs. And the reason why is every one of us has a story of one time not being an expert, at one time struggling financially, at one time, looking around going, I don't think I can learn how to do anything. And to be honest with you, we look at technology and it just blows my mind that, Google's less than 10 years old. And now on a day-to-day basis, on a year-to-year basis, there's a brand new multi-billionaire that's younger than the one before. I think the record now is the youngest person to be a billionaire by starting with nothing is now 19. It's a friend of Mark Zuckerberg's of Facebook. So in the midst of all this chaos and all this bad economy news out there, there's these group of people out there that are working on the internet that didn't get the memo. I mean, Amazon last year did $77 billion, and that's through affiliate marketing, and that's exactly what we do. We're a hybrid affiliate company. We're not a competitor against you and your online business, or you and your network marketing or direct sales business. So, my goal very simply is the same as Ruth. My goal is to be able to help people become successful. And so I know the mindset that needs to be changed, and I know what needs to be said to yourself to get you past these limiting beliefs that make you believe that, I can't do this, or I'm not very good on computers, or I don't understand about the internet, or, whatever excuse that we have in our mind that we keep bringing up. And I just know for a fact that you can do this. I just believe that you can more than you, and you just got to trust in that, and just, go into our school and start learning. So Ruth, I really, really appreciate you stepping through that fear and doing this interview. And I hope that it really inspires and helps other people do the same.
Thanks a lot, Robert. You have no idea just how important the interview was for me. First of all, it was the very first time ever on a Hangout. And it was the very first time ever to talk to a millionaire face to face. And yeah, I mean, I I'm going to have a much easier time from this point on to be able to, to keep doing this and actually to do some videos myself. I want to do videos. I just don't know what the subject matter might be, but I have to put a list together. What can I help other people with explaining in a video? So again, thank you very, very much, Robert, and we'll have to do this again sometime.
Well, I believe in you, and I know that you're going to do great. And everyone needs to know, including you, Ruth, that your story means something to other people. Your voice, who you are, and your entire story, it will inspire others. It just really, truly will, because there's this whole group of people out there that just goes, "Oh, I just don't think I could do this," and then they watch my video, and we have that person named Melody Riva that I just love in our company, and she went through the same thing you did, Ruth. And when she started putting up videos just from ideas, I mean, one of the very first videos that she did is, listen, this was my very first video, and you know what? I feel really silly, and I feel scared, and I don't know what I'm gonna say. and she did it, and the amount of people that started coming to her because she stepped out, she did the thing that they were scared to do. So Ruth, I'm so proud of you, and I'm so blessed to be connected to you. So I'm looking forward to helping you more and more and more. And you have a wonderful day. God bless.
You too.